Oi, what's up, mate? So I'm be honest, I don't remember what was happening in this game. I think we found like an app or something to use, which can murder people, which is pretty fucking awesome. Anyways, let's jump into this. By the time I walk through the door, the sun has just started to set behind the backdrop of the city. Even though it's not dark yet, I'm feeling physically and mentally drained. The drama at work this morning, the taunting laugh of Kurosawa, I feel exhausted. Like I just want to crawl into bed and sleep. Despite my crippling depression now. Despite my dipping energy levels, I can't extinguish the burning question flickering within my mind like a candle flame. How will I know when or if Kurosawa is dead? Will Corpse Girl's website notify me? Probably. No, of course not. I didn't give any of my personal information on the site. The entire thing was anonymous. And it's not like I can visit the store tomorrow and see if she comes into work. I'll be kicked out as soon as I show my face. So what do I do? Noise. I whip my phone out of my purse and open Noise, a social network app that all my coworkers are connected to. Kurosawa, Sachiko, Amano, and I are all in this group chat labeled Work Life. We use the chat to swap shifts with each other and complain about the boss. Damn for sure. I remember having chats with people at like Walmart and shit and just complaining about stuff. Not with like all the coworkers, just with people that I worked with in my department. Just as I was hoping, I haven't been kicked out from the group yet. I swipe through the list of chat members and tap on Kurosawa's profile. Last online, 1 hour ago. Perfect. If I use this app, I can keep an eye on when Kurosawa is active. She only has to be using her phone for Noise to detect that she's online. She doesn't necessarily have to be using Noise itself. That's annoying. It's the best way I can think of to monitor if she's still alive or not. It will do for now, at least. I wonder why Kurosawa sent me that photo of herself via regular text message instead of through Noise. Maybe she thought she could be busted for it if someone got into her Noise profile. Who knows what that girl was thinking. Regardless, I'm thankful she made such a stupid mistake. I wouldn't have obtained her phone number if she had decided to message me through Noise instead. After all, Noise is strictly an online service. No need for phone numbers. I skipped that. Come to think of it, where did she get my phone number from? Well, no matter. It worked out in the end. I slump down on the couch in front of the TV and keep my phone firmly gripped in one hand, my knuckles whitening. Oops, did I skip something? No, we're good. Oh, yeah, I did. I start to bite the fingernails on my other hand out of anxiety. Oh, no, we're good. In an attempt to distract myself, I switch the TV on and stream some stupid reality shows. The distraction hardly works, and I find myself instinctively glancing at my phone every couple of minutes, waiting for any kind of update on Kurosawa's online status. The evening passes slow. Let me slurp up some coffee real quick. June 13th, Saturday morning. Sunlight streams through the open curtains, and I startle. Did I fall asleep on the couch? I wipe my mouth with my sleeve, cleaning off a trickle of drool from my chin. My phone is still in one hand, and I quickly check it. I tap the fingerprint-speared screen, but it's not responding. The battery died. I must have fallen asleep and left the screen on all night. Yikes, bro. I raced toward my charger and plugged it in, anxiously waiting for just enough energy to turn the phone screen back on. Am I the only person that charges my phone after I get home from work and then just leave it on the charger for a little while and then grab it? When it's at 100% and then sleep with my phone off the charger? I feel like a lot of people just charge their phones at night when they're sleeping. I don't know. I couldn't do that. Like, I feel like it just... I don't know. I've done it before and it didn't charge the phone correctly. After what seems like an eternity, the phone comes to life. I catch a glimpse of the clock as I swipe the lock screen away. 6:34 a.m. I open up noise as quickly as I can and flick through to Kurosawa's profile. Nani? His profile is private. You're not connected to this person.
Damn it! She blocked me!
I frantically navigate to the group chat, only to find that I've been kicked out.
Damn it!
Yikes.
Damn it!
I mean, you were fired. Yo. What can I do now? I've got no way of knowing whether Kurosawa is still alive. I slam my phone down in frustration and it vibrates in retaliation.
Huh? Another text message.
I don't get those. What is this? Low-key, like the music is mad fucking loud. Let me just turn that down right quick. Yeah, that should work. The voice acting is really quiet. Yeah. I blink a couple of times. Who would be texting me at this hour? Might be Kurosawa again, trying to rub my face in her victory. Well, if that's the case, at least I would know that she's still alive. Meanwhile, a bus drives by outside. I hesitantly pick my phone up again and open the message. There's no text, just a photo attachment. Yo! Damn, son.
What the hell is this?
Bruh. I nearly dropped my phone in terror. A photo of a dead body, twisted, crumpled, like it's fallen from a great height. A spatter of blood is flecked across the grass. It's hard to make out the details of the person. Dirty blonde hair, familiar clothes, smudged makeup. This dead body, is it supposed to be me? There'll be no mistaking it. Without a doubt, this is a picture of my own corpse. Word? I shriek again, unable to process what I'm seeing. I'm so entranced. It's 7:28 a.m., by the way. It's 6 something, right? 6 something, and it has a date too. What was the date? What was the date? What was the date? Is it gonna tell me? No, it's not. Okay. I don't remember what the date said, but basically there's a date right here, just kind of covering it, /13, and there's a time, 7:28, and it's only what? I think they said like 6:20 or something. I'm so entranced by the battered corpse that it takes me a minute to notice a timestamp in the corner of the photo. Oh yeah. It's today's date, but something is off. The time says 7:28. That's about an hour from now. I shiver involuntarily and feel the sickening sensation of bile rising in my throat.
This photo... Is this a prediction of my death? Am
Seems
I going
like
to
it.
die within the hour?
And then the truth hits me harder than my face at the ground. In this grisly photo, when you request a death on Corpse Girl's website, your victim receives a photo of their own corpse before they die. Before they die. I can't look at it anymore, throw my phone to the side and curl up on the floor. Did Corpse Girl send this to me? And how? How did somebody get a photo of my corpse? A photo that's seemingly from the future? It's impossible. It has to be a hoax. Some trick, some psycho tormenting me.
Yeah, that's all it is. Someone is messing with me. Probably Kurosawa.
I get up off the floor and stumble around. I'm kind of lightheaded and unbalanced. My stomach feels queasy, ready to launch its contents through my throat at any second. I blindly reach around for my phone and finally grasp it, with nearly frozen fingers. The phone number that sent the photo, it's an unknown number, but the digits don't match the number that Kurosawa texted me from yesterday. So it's unlikely this came from her. Bizarrely, the phone number is kind of weird. There are more digits than should be possible. I try to count them, but stumble a few times in confusion. I eventually conclude the number has 18 digits, way too many. In addition, The phone number seems to repeat digits a lot. Oh shit. Can you actually, hold on, can you actually call that number and something happens? I want to call it so bad. I don't think it'd work, right? Let's see. Oh. Let's see what happens if we call it.
Welcome to Verizon Wireless.
Ah, boo. I think it's like an international call or some shit. I don't know. It seems so strange to be real. Is it possible to fake a phone number? It is. Something interesting catches my attention. Even though the caller ID doesn't recognize the number, it has data on the original origin of the number. Tokyo, Japan, my very own city. Perhaps the sender of the phone, the sender of the photo can mask the number, but can't hide the location. Yeah, possibly. This gives me an idea, and I decide to get to the bottom of the situation, despite my head throbbing and my stomach pleading to be emptied. I punched the phone number into a search engine, along with the keyword Tokyo. One result. Is that a Tokyo number? Hold on. Zero, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so phone number in Tokyo is blah blah from the phone in US, dial 011 plus 81 plus 3 city code, so that's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14. Okay, so I don't think it's an actual phone number. That'd be really dope if it was. It tried to call it, but it was like, this phone number doesn't exist, type of thing. The link, I believe anyway, the link points to a popular discussion board, Noise Channel. It's an anonymous board where users can talk about almost anything. And no big surprise, it's owned and operated by the very same company behind the Noise app I use on my phone. I tap the link and get taken to a discussion topic from less than a week ago. I quickly read through it. Topic: strange photo from an unknown number. Hey, so today I got some strange gore photo from a number I don't have in my contacts. Not sure what the deal is. It was gross though. Wondering if any hackers can trace the number or something. Oh, it's the same number. Seems like Tokyo area. I'm in Osaka. Okay, thanks in advance. The topic has only one reply. One reply. Strange photo from unknown number. You got this too? Was the gore photo a picture of yourself? I'm worried. Received a similar pic from the same number. Thinking about contacting the police. Not sure if I'm overreacting. And that's it. The end of the discussion. Neither poster followed up on the conversation.
Damn it. That's all?
That is all. That didn't give me anything to go on, except now I know that at least 2 other people have received bloody photos of themselves. Wonder if those photos were as extreme as the one I received. What happened to those 2 posters? Why didn't they continue the discussion? I feel myself beginning to sweat. My body is going from cold to hot and back again several times a minute. Feels like I have a fever, but I know it's just stress tearing me up. I check the time. It's 6:59. About half an hour until the time printed on the photo. I take a deep breath and the doorbell buzzes. I freeze in place, unsure whether I should answer the door. In this sketchy apartment building, it's a risk to answer the door on any given day, before even taking into consideration that some psycho just texted me a photo of my own corpse. I tiptoe toward the door on stiff legs and gaze through the people. There's no one there. Okay, this shit's getting really creepy. I breathe a sigh of relief. Maybe I'm just on edge, and the doorbell echoed from someone else's apartment. Besides, I don't know of anyone who would visit me unannounced, especially this early in the morning. I slump to the floor, my back sliding down the door as I come to rest on the carpet. My legs splayed out haphazardly in front of me. I've had enough fear for one day. I have to just believe this whole thing is a hoax. It's probably karma from trying to get revenge on Kurosawa. Yeah, that's it. Karma. Oh Lord. The doorbell rings again and I scream in shock, my head slamming back against the door I was resting against. I jump to my feet and ignore the people, this time simply swinging the door wide open. A gust of chilly morning air sweeps in my apartment, and I shut my eyes tightly against the sudden cold. My messy hair tangles in the wind and obscures my vision when I open my eyes. Quickly, I sweep the hair out of my face and look around. There's no one here except... a metal trolley is blocking the walkway. Is that Kurosawa's corpse, bro? In front of my door, a stark white bag about the size of a human body rests atop the trolley. My heart begins to race as I immediately recognize what this is. On TV, they always show these trolleys used in morgues to cart dead bodies around. Dead bodies. The vomit that has been trying to escape my body all morning finally finds its way out of my mouth. I retch and heave in the doorway until nothing is left inside my belly, except a stinging stomach acid that threatens to burn through its fleshy container. Damn, that was some fire writing. The stench wafting from the trolley is overwhelming. Wafting? Is it wafting or wafting? I'm not sure. Pinching my nostrils, closed, there's little more than trapped a horrific odor inside my own skull, and I gag and splutter involuntarily. I thought it said rap god. I thought it said unfortunately. My hand reaches forward as though controlled by some being other than myself. I can't pull it back. I can't prevent my fingers from grasping the zipper tag attached to the front of the body bag. I unzip the bag. Ayo. And there I am, a wretched corpse, exposed to the day's first rays of sunlight. I stand here in the doorway as I lay there atop the trolley, simultaneously alive and dead, but more dead than alive in both bodies. The bruising on my face is horrific, and I reach a stiff finger to my own lips, my living lips, tracing that line of the bruise I see before me. There's no pain where the bruise should be, and I breathe a sigh of relief. For why would there be any pain if I'm already dead? To feel pain would be absurd, and I would really have to start worrying. Wonder how I died. Did I fall from a great height? Did somebody hit me with a car? Or did I collapse from some internal reason? Perhaps from organ failure? Or some undiagnosed sickness? Maybe I didn't die and the corpse in front of me is alive, living and breathing just as I do, while standing in front of myself. Maybe this is all a prank I've pulled on myself, dying just as a joke. But never really dying, always living until the point I actually die, and it's no longer a prank. My head is splitting. I can't think straight. All the thoughts in my mind are jumbled, the meanings behind unspoken words disappearing behind foggy clouds inside my shattered skull. To clear my head, I step around my corpse and stand by the walkway's railing. I'm on the 4th floor of the apartment building. There are 2 floors above me, so I could go higher if I wish, but I'm pretty sure a leap from here will be enough to render my living body identical to that of the corpse on the trolley. At this point in time, there exist 2 versions of Emi Katsuno. One is living, and is me, and the other is dead, but is also me. I can choose now to be alive and dead, or be dead and dead, but I cannot choose to be alive and alive. So even if I choose to be alive and dead, I'm still only be half alive, but choosing dead and dead is nice and clean, absolute, and indisputably solid state of existence. I grip the cool steel handrail and lean over the walkway, my hair whipping against my face thanks to the relentless wind. 4 stories below me is a small courtyard paved with concrete and decorated with the occasional shrub or flower bed. I miss the concrete by about 2 feet. Dirt sprays up into the air as my nose is crushed under my own body weight. I think about that photo Kurosawa sent me, with her smug smile and her hands full of stolen money. My teeth grind into my tongue and sever it, but it doesn't manage to escape my closed mouth. My mind wanders and settles on Corpse Girl's website. What was that all about anyway? As far as I know, nothing happened when I submitted Kurosawa's details. Maybe Kurosawa found the website as well and submitted my details first. I guess Corpse Girl got me. Well played, Kurosawa. I think I can taste blood in my mouth, but it might just be a memory from some other point in my lifetime. A blinking light from a nearby parked car kind of irritates me, but then my vision turns blue or black, and my only concern is how I'll never truly know what. Bruh. Why the fuck did she willingly jump, though? You hate to see it. Act 1, Naruko Kurosawa. 3 weeks earlier. Monday morning. Oh my god, I'm just gonna be a narcissist. I've always liked the shape of my eyes. I can be critical about other parts of my body, but I'll never complain about my eyes. With or without makeup, I think they look great. Mother used to tell me I inherited her eyes, and my big sister inherited father's eyes. To be honest, I don't see any of father's features in myself or my sister, but I do agree that my eyes are exact replicas of my mother's. Mother doesn't see too well anymore, and that might be something I have to also worry about in the future. But for now, my eyes are perfect, and I couldn't be happier with them. I wear eyeshadow and eyeliner to bring out my best features. Some people tell me I use too much makeup, but I tend to overdo it and make myself look intimidating. Well, I don't really care. I mostly like the way I look, and honestly, how many people can claim the same? Today's morning ritual is the same as any other workday. I'm a slave to the wage, and I'm not proud of it. Same. Call me a corporate sellout, but I can't survive without money. My alarm goes off at 6 a.m., the shower's running by 6:05, and I'm dry and dressed by 6:15. I skip breakfast because I'm watching my figure and spend until 6:30 a.m. working on my makeup. Hello? I'm out of my cramped shoebox apartment by 6:45. Sometimes I can catch my neighbor returning home from his overnight shift, and if so, I exchange simple pleasantries with him and continue on my way. Today there's no sign of my neighbor, so I don't slow down as I descended the stairs and exit the building. Hitting the convenience store for a can of coffee saps another few minutes from each day. I prefer sweet milk coffees, but every now and then I'm in the mood for rich black coffee. Regardless, I never start the day without it. I don't always need the energy boost, but it helps to stop my stomach growling. It's a milk coffee kind of day, so I pay for my favorite brand and get out of the store in no time. The canned coffee dives into my handbag as I continue on my way. The train station. Why is this so hype? It's like a montage. The train station is always busy in the morning, and it's usually a struggle to navigate my way to the correct platform in time for the 7:12 a.m. Train. Today is no different. However, I always make it in time because my routine has been perfected over the last few months. I board the train bound for Shinjuku. cursory glance reveals there are no empty seats, so I push through the throng of bodies and stand against the carriage wall. Whenever there are seats available, I like to sit and read, but it's much more common apt to stand and stare at my phone screen like almost everyone else. Oops. When I do read, I read the classics: Stoker, Lovecraft, Poe, horror. Western horror, at that, it's my favorite genre. And of course, faithful translations into Japanese are as good as it gets. My English isn't nearly strong enough to read these novels in their original language. If I'm stuck staring at my phone screen, I like to stalk people online. Acquaintances, or the few friends I have, lead such boring lives. They post about the most mundane topics, all day, every day, acting like they'll shrivel up and die unless they get the attention they seek. I find their dull, tedious lives simply fascinating. From behind the safety of a glass veil, I can fulfill my voyeuristic fetishes and consume as much pointless information as I desire. Knowing every mundane tidbit of people's daily lives turns me okay. Alright. This morning is the same as any other. I stare down at the phone held in my frail hand. My fingers move of their own accord, scrolling and tapping against the backlit display. Pausing, pondering, pouncing on any post or picture that my pupils haven't yet consumed. Sitting in the train carriage, packed to the gills with people I can't help but feel my face getting flushed and my steamy breath escaping my lips. The fuck is happening? I just post after post, photo after photo, mesmerizing the comings and goings of every single person on my noise activity feed. I catch my breathing getting heavier and my gasp becoming short and sharp. Ray went to the dentist yesterday for a root canal. Mizuno shared some photos from her international vacation. Carl objects to owning pets and thinks all animals should be free. My cheeks glow crimson, my chest begins rising and falling quickly. What is happening? I clutch the collar of my shirt, knuckles whitening, knees shaking. Knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on my sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. A few people in the carriage start to move away from me, but I barely notice them. My fingers keep scrolling and I hit the jackpot. A new post from a coworker at my office, Tomo Watanabe. She's a gal girl, the type with a heavy fake tan, bleached blonde hair, and questionable clothes. I hate her, but I love her post. This morning's update reads: just found this corpse girl website. Such fake bull. Aha. Waiting to meet a bitch to try it on. So now I just discovered corpse girl's website, huh? I feel a slight squeal trying to escape from my throat as my legs threaten to buckle underneath me. I can't take the excitement anymore, and I have to force my phone from my hands and bury it at the bottom of my handbag. Deep breaths, Noriko. Deep breaths. I need to calm down and control myself. Composure is key. I close my eyes and let a cool breath of air whistle through my slightly parted lips. Feeling a little calmer and no longer ready to explode, I analyze the information I just read. Someone wants to try out Corpse Girl's website. That's good. That's very, very good. Rumor has it that you can visit the website and request the death of somebody you know. How and if the victim dies isn't known to the public. Because of that, some people are pretty quick to dismiss the site as a hoax. However, the most interesting part isn't how or if the victim dies, but rather what happens to the victim before they die. Supposedly, the victim will receive a photo of their own corpse. How this photo exists before the victim's life is snuffed out isn't public knowledge. But the thought of this phenomena occurring is utterly intriguing. Nevertheless, the site has been gaining popularity lately, at least in certain corners of the internet. Message boards like Noise Channel and other similar sites have picked up on the rumors and like to exaggerate the website's authenticity. The fact that someone like Tomo, a rather dense, dim-witted individual, has discovered the website means that it's actually more well known than I previously thought. Oh, there's so many loud ass people driving right now. It means that people are actually talking about it outside of the internet. Chances are good that Tomo will want to try it out and request the death of someone in the office, a coworker. Me, perhaps. She hates my guts as much as I hate hers. Finally, something exciting is going to happen in our dual workplace.
The next station is Shinjuku. The doors on the right side will open. Please change here for the Chuo line, the Shonan Shinjuku line, the Saikyo line.
As the automated announcement reads through a list of connecting train lines, I get ready to disembark. The train pulls to a stop, and I contort my body around the other passengers in an attempt to exit the train. She gone. Finally free of the tangled mass of flesh, I hasten my pace and navigate through the labyrinth station. I take the exit closest to my office and settle into a slower walk. I'm on time. I never desire to reach the office any earlier than needed. Honestly, same. Doesn't take long for the looming office tower to enter my field of vision. 32 stories of office space, all crammed into one sleek, slim tower. The name, Timijin, is stamped across the structure in gigantic block letters. If you're looking for this building in Shinjuku, you can't possibly miss it. Timijin carries the title of Japan's third biggest banking corporation. It's a gigantic company with other branches in Kyoto, Osaka, Sapporo, Fukuoka, and a dozen smaller cities I don't even remember. I've worked here for close to 3 months now. Not a long time in the grand scheme of things. That said, I'm only a temp, and all I do is data entry. I work on the 14th floor, along with about 60 other junior employees, including gal girl Tomo Watanabe. I don't speak to many of my coworkers, that's the way I like it. Same. When I reach the building, I enter through the giant double sliding doors and find myself in the familiar lobby. Comfortable couches line the walls circling the reception desk. 4 large elevators are tucked away in a nook behind the reception desk. It's already busy this morning, though to be fair, this place is packed all the time. I avoid the crowds of sharply dressed business people, feeling a little out of place in my semi-formal shirt and skirt. Ducking into a newly opened elevator, I tap my employee ID card to a backlit panel and press the button for my floor. The doors close and the elevator begins its smooth ascent. I'm surprised to find that I'm the only one traveling up. Interesting. I reach my floor and listen to the soothing chime as the doors open, revealing the open layout office before me. The static drone of workspace noise fills my ears. Conversation, ringing phones, fingers tapping against keyboards, photocopiers, even the steady, low hum of the air conditioner contributes to the overall din. I make my way to my desk, stationed in the middle of the floor and surrounded by a dozen other identical desks. As I walk, somebody taps me on the shoulder gently.
Good morning, Kurosawa.
Yo. Shinya Fujikawa, my senior, though he's really only a couple of months older than me. He's worked here for a whole year after taking internship straight out of senior high school. He's not an intern anymore, though I'm not quite sure of his job title.
Morning, Fujikawa.
Damn, she's kind of bad though.
How was your commute this morning?
Fine, same as usual.
That's good to hear. Did you read any of your novels?
He's referring to the horror books I like to read. I can tell from his tone that he doesn't exactly approve of the subject matter. I have known Shinya since junior high. We go way back, but I wouldn't exactly call us friends. However, he is the one that landed me this job, even though it's just a temporary contract. I've always had the feeling that he's a bit sweet on me. I could be way off the mark though.
Well, I couldn't get a seat on the train today. Too hard to read while standing.
Ah, that's a shame. You, still haven't accepted my, friend request, did you know?
I have to fight my urge to roll my eyes. He's a nice guy, but we were connected on noise once before I had to delete him. He's super obsessed with his father's detective work, and all he ever posts about is his assumptions and theories on petty crime cases. Normally, I'd find any one of my friend list fascinating, but here's the thing. Shinya never posts about his personal life. All he writes are long-winded rants on boring cases. Nice. It's far beyond the amount of dullness even I can stand. I fish my phone out of my handbag and pretend that I'm looking at noise.
Oh, how about that? Looks like I don't have any incoming friend requests.
I quickly dip my phone back into my bag. Oops.
How peculiar. Well, I'll try and nudge again later.
Sure, no problem.
Wait, can I use my controller? Oh shit.
Anyway, I better get to it. Work hard today, okay?
You got it.
Shinya offers a formal bow and goes on his way. Before I can take a step toward my desk, a mocking voice whispers in my ear.
How long are you gonna lead on sweet little Shinya?
What the fuck are all these characters hot? How long are you gonna lead on sweet little Shinya? I shiver and find Watanabe lurking right behind me, buzzing around my neck like an irritating mosquito.
That poor boy really has the hots for you. When are you gonna tell him you're a cold-hearted psycho?
Dude, she's like straight up Starbucks white girl.
Listen, I'm not leading him on, and I'm no psycho.
Huh. Sounds like something a real psycho type would say, don't you reckon?
Of course, this is none other than Gal Girl, Tomo, the very same brain-dead moron who posted this morning about wanting to try Corpse Girl's website. She's the kind of person that likes to stir up trouble and instigate conflict. She's had her vacant eyes on me since the day I first stepped foot in the office. She loves to torment me any chance she gets. Maybe I rubbed her the wrong way somehow, though I'm not sure what I ever did to her. Even though she's a data entry temp like me, she's worked here just a little longer than I have. Unfortunately, that means I have to defer to her as my superior in this professional environment. She knows as much and likes to take advantage of the fact as often as possible.
It's funny, you know. You don't look like the type of skank to lead on a goody-goody like Shinya.
I told you, I'm not leading him on.
Well, if you're not interested, maybe I'll take him out this weekend and tongue him at the cinema.
Oh?
Gross. Do what you want, but I doubt he's into someone with your, looks.
Oh yeah? What would you know? You think he likes your flat chest, little Miss Gothic Lolita?
Oh? I know I should shrug off comments such as this, and normally I would, but backing down from Tomo isn't something I can do easily.
I'll give you a tip. Guys like Shinya are smart. Clever. If you want to impress him, don't let him know your head is as full of air as your inflatable breasts.
Oh, burn. A flash of crimson lights up Tomo's face, and she looks ready to lash out at me. A group of co-workers, juniors like us, look over to us in concern. Tomo takes a step back from me, but not before signaling a rude gesture with her fingers.
We ain't done here, Noriko. Watch your back.
I'm trembling.
Tomo walks away, and I breathe a sigh of relief. If it wasn't for having to deal with her, I wouldn't dread coming to work every day. Anyway, I wonder when she is planning to test our Corpse Girl's website. Will she try it on me since we just fought? I'm not really sure if I should be excited or scared. Either way, it will definitely be fun to find out what happens if she does try the website. I finally reach my desk and take notes of the time. I was supposed to start working 5 minutes ago, so I quickly log into my computer and check today's task list. It's all standard stuff today. I need to transfer a few tables of numbers from the spreadsheet into our company's online database. When I'm done, I have to run it by a few other people and then commit the changes to the server. The work is dull and repetitive, but my salary isn't bad. On the plus side, I get to wear headphones and listen to music while I work. I dip into my handbag and retrieve my headphones. My phone, a can of milk coffee, and a handful of breath mints. I lay them out on my desk neatly. I slip my headphones on, plug them into my phone, and hit play on my work playlist. Loud symphonic metal, let's go. Leveling thrashes my ears as I crack open the can of coffee and take a long sip.
Okay, let's get started.
I return home to my quiet, cramped apartment after work. The place is eerily silent, a stark contrast to the bustling office where I spend my days. Throwing my handbag on the tiny coffee table, I pick up my laptop and sit on the couch. I lie back and get comfortable, letting the laptop rest on my stomach as it boots up. The welcome screen loads up, so I click a couple times to open my web browser, and then head to a very specific website, saved in my favorites. Corpse Girl's website. A cute, dancing zombie girl is animated at the top of the page. A peculiar irregularity that always makes me giggle. Hello? I noticed that the page view counter at the bottom of the site is nearly the same as it was yesterday. There have been maybe 4 or 5 new visitors. I heave a sigh. Maybe the website isn't quite that well known after all. That begs the question, how did Tomo discover it? Well, never mind that. My eyes scan the website's content. Request to death. Big bold letters headline the site. The intention couldn't be clearer. Further information on the site is sparse. Brief instructions tell the user to fill in a victim's phone number and upload a photo. Aside from that, there's not much else to mention. It doesn't even ask for a name. After scanning the site, I move my mouse to the browser address bar and click. I type a / after the website address and then add the word admin. Hit the enter key. A login page presents itself with empty username and password fields waiting to be filled in. My fingers tap dance around the keyboard, and within moments I'm presented with a brand new page. A blinking slab of text greets me. 1 new request. A crooked smile cracks my stony expression. Finally. Somebody's requested a death. Somebody asked me, Corpse Girl, to kill the victim. Fuck, dude, I love this chick. This is where things get exciting. I giggle and feel my cheeks flush red. This is the first request I've had for about a week. I've been logging in every evening, fingers crossed that somebody has elected a new victim for me. Today, my wishes come true. I can't help but feel emotional at a time like this. My lower lip trembles and I feel tears welling up. I dab the corners of my eyes gently to avoid smudging my makeup. As I hover my mouse cursor over the view request button, a familiar and pleasant tingling sensation surges in my chest, my stomach, my thighs. I shiver with anticipation, my hot and steamy breath beginning to fog up the laptop screen. I click the button. Request details. Today, 2:47 p.m. Victim's phone. Downloading image attachment. The victim's photo automatically loads on my screen. The person in front of me is a total stranger. That's okay. It doesn't change the task set out before me. A woman, rather plain in her early 30s, she's well dressed with minimal makeup, and she's not really putting her personality on display. It's a nice photo, but better quality than some of the images I've received in the past. In fact, the photo looks like a corporate ID picture. I wonder if it was downloaded from a company database or website. Well, the source of the photo doesn't matter. The simple fact of the matter is that somebody has made a request for this person to die. It falls to me to fulfill that request, and as Corpse Girl, I take requests very, very seriously. I have the victim's photo and I have their phone number. All I need now is to select a way for her to meet her ultimately untimely demise. I've previously thought about including an extra field on my website, an option for the user to choose the way they want their victim to die. After all, it would reduce the amount of strain on my creativity if the method were decided for me. But after careful consideration, I decided against it. Some people are sick, twisted. The cause of death could be far beyond my means and impossible to achieve. Therefore, allowing the user to find the cause of death just isn't feasible. Instead, I'll stick to my current modus operandi. Everything depends on the quality of the victim's photo. If it's detailed and the victim's features are easily distinguishable, then I can be rather creative with the cause of death. Perhaps the victim's face suffers grotesque burns, or she has an iron stake thrust through her skull. However, if the victim's photo is low quality and doesn't provide enough detail to identify the subject, I have to resort to the default cause of death. A terrible, unlucky fall from a great height. Maybe she slips, or maybe someone stumbles into her and sends her tumbling over a rail. The end result will be the same. A swift, crushing death from on high. The victim will end up face down on the concrete, completely unrecognizable, save for her clothes and accessories. It's not my favorite cause of death, but in some cases it is necessary. Regardless, it is still a valid way to fulfill the request. For now, it's time to get started. I can barely contain my excitement. I squirm against the couch, crossing and uncrossing my legs, in a vain attempt to dissipate the heat rising from my body. Taking a deep breath, I try to calm my nerves and get to work. The victim will receive a photo of her own corpse, time-stamped with the date of her death. It's Corpse Girl's signature move, my calling card if you will. Seeing an image of one's own disfigured corpse, I'm sure to strike fear into one's... Yeah. And that's precisely the reason I take this step, to make the victim panic and act rashly. First things first, I save the victim's photo to my laptop's hard drive. I store it in a folder discreetly named System Files, hidden away in the root directory of my operating system, a password encrypted directory, of course. Next, I open my favorite image editing software and load the photo. Looking carefully at the detail of the picture, I can see that this will be a work of art. I can really go to town with this request. I minimize the software, open my web browser, and access a particular website. The database of the deceased. The DD, as it's known on the dark web. My secret weapon, the ultimate resource for my work. The DD is a collection of countless high-resolution photographs of dead bodies. Murder victims, crime scenes, suicides. If somebody has died in one way or another, chances are good that some perverted individual has captured the moment in all its glory. Such valuable images are essential to my work. Using these photos as a base, I can edit my victim's details into the picture. My process is simple. I start by locating the perfect corpse photo. I search the database, and in less than 2 minutes, I discover a disgustingly detailed photo of a woman with her entrails spilling from her stomach. God damn. Her face is blue, having suffocated before even having a chance to bleed to death. She's about the same age as my victim. She's of a similar height and build. Finding a photo that specifically suits my victim's features is easy thanks to DD's excellent catalog of tags and filters. I simply search for the keywords that match my victim's description and find a corpse that fits. Using this photo as a starting point, I digitally edit my victim's face onto the body. Okay, I'm gonna leave this episode here, boys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.